Welcome back to the channel, everybody, with the Vancouver Canucks going against the Pittsburgh Penguins with Mav Crows NHLBA Pro career. This is his second season in the NHL, so let's see what happens here. Excuse me. So, as we kick this video off with game number 1 against the Pittsburgh Penguins here, I want to do a little talk about the playoffs in round 2 here. Now, I know that Boston and Florida have already played one game, and I've seen the highlights of that. I think that's going to be a very interesting series. I can't wait for tonight to see what happens. But before we talk about tonight, let's talk about last night. Oh, what a shot with that there, Quinn. But in the meantime, let's talk about last night. I'm going to start off with the Hurricanes and the Rangers with their second game. And I remember that they played a game before that. Two overtimes to finally figure out who was going to win between the Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. And of course, the Rangers won 4-3. That was both scores, by the way, for both games last night. It was 4-3. I really hope Hurricanes really keep. I really hope they keep their feet under them and really make a good series out of this, because if they lose their, I think if they really start getting down on them right here, right now, they're gonna start losing the series, and it's just gonna get away from them. But last night for game 1 against the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche, I know who my roommate's going for. The Stars go up 3-0, I believe, and then they totally lose it by the third period. But then again, that's Colorado Avalanche for you. Just because they're down and you're up 3-0, you don't know when they're going to just start scoring. And once they score, it's just going to be one thing after another with those guys, and they proved it last night. A little bit inside me is happy that the Colorado Avalanche beat the Dallas Stars, because I had a Dallas Stars fan on X, I wouldn't say rude, but for a person who watches sports, watches hockey, and you're very passionate about your team, and I totally get that you should. I'm passionate about my team too. But I can be realistic and still be nice to other people with their teams, which I'm going to be explaining here very soon with my favorite team. Because I'm going to be calling out a bunch of fans here with mine. But with her, it was like, okay, I want you to kind of eat your words. You know what I mean? And last night was one of those things. It's like, I hope that hurt. I really hope that hurt. Your team was up 3-0 and ended up losing it by the third period for it to be tied, and then go into overtime and then lose with the 4th goal. 4 goals in a row to beat you. So, maybe you might want to calm that voice down. Now, I kind of already touched on Boston and Florida. I hope that's going to be a great series as well. I really do. But, there's not a whole lot to say about that one yet, because I think a lot of it's going to be in game 2. But I'm going to go with the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks series. Now, I've heard a lot of things. I heard the NHL has talked to both teams about the series. I've heard most of it was about embellishment. So, if that is true, well, then I hope they really, really call. If they're gonna crack down on it, then you better be ready to call it. Then, if you're the referees, you better be willing to call it if the NHL wants to crack down on that. Don't be scared. You know, oh, nice shot. And that's fair for both teams. The NHL's coming in and talking to both teams, not just one. So I'm going to call it fair. Probably just saying, hey, man, you know, we understand you guys are rivals. Let's try not to have it go overboard where people start getting hurt. That's probably all it mainly was. And let's put the embellishment so then you see the penalties that actually are going to either hurt you or break you or hurt you. But the one thing that I'm, as a fan of the NHL, as a fan of hockey, I'm upset with both fan bases. I'm upset with the Oilers fan base. I'm upset with the Canucks fan base. I'm actually kind of embarrassed to be a fan of the Canucks. And if I was a fan of the Oilers, I'd be very, very embarrassed as well. I'd be very, very embarrassed being a fan of either one of these teams with the way that these fan bases are going at each other. They're getting very, very toxic, and we don't need to be. You want to back up your team, doesn't mean that you have to be toxic and be evil to other people. Alright? Like, I was watching one video, I don't remember who the person was. I really wish I could give them some credit here. I really can't give them the show because I don't remember who it was. But he said it very well too, right? You got arguably the two best players in the world with McDavid and Draisaitl. McDavid obviously being the best in the world, and you can make arguments about where Draisaitl is, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can argue all that, but you gotta think. We also got Quinn Hughes, who's one of the best defensemen in the game today, maybe even arguably behind Cale Makar. For young guys, at least, anyway, in my opinion. But both teams have to be able to admit those situations. You get Demko back, arguably you almost got one of the top 3 best goaltenders in the league. Right? And then look at our third string, Silvos. Like, the kid is unbelievable right now. And I'll admit right now, before in the series against the Predators, to be honest, I didn't have a lot of faith in the kid. I was like, with the talent that the Predators have, I don't feel comfortable having him in and saying that we're going to win. But you know what? I was proven wrong. Touche to Silvos. I love being proven wrong, especially when my team wins when I think they're going to lose. I'm always willing to be proven wrong, you know? But you get Demko coming back, really, it's going to be a tight series. Let's just sit here. Let's just all admit, for the Vancouver Canuck fans, admit this is going to be a tight, close series. It's going to be very entertaining against Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton Oilers fans, let's just admit, we're going to have a great series in front of us. Same thing with the Canuck fans. We are going to have a great series. You guys want to argue that Edmonton Oilers are going to win because they got McDavid? Fine. Argue that. We haven't even played game 1 yet. The Canuck fans can argue that we have one of the top 3 best goaltenders in the league. Well, we got one of the best defensemen in the league. And then you got to admit, if Pettersson starts scoring like crazy, we're going to have one of the best forwards in the series, maybe even possibly coming in the NHL. When Pettersson can score, you know. So in the long run, for both fan bases, you can argue, you can say whatever the hell you want right now, but what's going to count is what happens on the ice. What's going to happen in game 1? What's going to happen in game 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if it goes up to that far? What happens on the ice is going to speak volumes. You guys chirping at one another about your best player, or the opposing team's best player, all it is chirping. That's all it is. It's chirping. You guys have nothing to base this off of because the season has not started yet. Or the series, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying season. Let's just admit, we're all here because we love hockey. Let's all admit, we can appreciate good hockey. We can appreciate the hard work that these guys are under. The fact that, you know, regular season they're in like one gear, but then next thing you know, out of nowhere, these guys are grabbing like overdrive, and then overdrive times 2 when the second round starts. Third round starts, boom, they're putting up another fucking match. Like, give credit, these guys are going down blocking shots. I know that there's a lot of people out there that could be like, oh, I could do it, I could play against these guys. Dude, you're an average Joe. You probably play in a beer league. You're not going to outplay an NHL hockey player, okay? Like, it's not going to happen. I'm going to admit right now, I played ball hockey basically my entire life as a goaltender. It would be an honor to face shots from an actual NHLer, an old NHLer. It'd be fun to be able to do that. If the NHLer was also a goaltender, I'd love to take shots on him just to say that, hey, I did this. Not because I think I could outdo them. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the experience and to be able to say that I did it, right? But we can all appreciate good hockey. You probably play in the beer league. Even in beer leagues, you see the guys that can dingle dangle around everybody and do a McDavid and go for it, you know? Or maybe you got that one guy out there that could do what's his name, Pavel something. He's a hockey YouTuber. He does all those little no, I can't remember. Pavel Barber. You know, like you can, like maybe you got a guy that could do moves like that. Like, look at Pavel Barber. You got Pavel Barber. He's not even in NHL. So think about this: a guy who's that talented and is very creative in a lot of his shots. I'm sure he could probably play. You know, I've seen him just do quick little wrist shots and things like that in there. Huge. But I'm just gonna like kind of get off that. We just can appreciate a good. We can really appreciate good hockey. We can appreciate the hard play that these players go through day in and day out when they're playing these games. Like, hell, Vancouver went through 3 goaltenders in one series. You know? And you know that both Casey DeSmith and Demko are both wanting to come back as soon as they possibly can. But, you know, I'm even looking at Boston and Florida. I'm hoping for Florida and Boston to have a really good race. I'm hoping at least 5-6 games, to be honest with you. I don't think Game 7 for Boston, Florida. I think it'll be decided in like 5 or 6. Edmonton, Vancouver. I think it's going to go to 7, to be honest. Colorado and Dallas, I say Colorado in 6. Rangers in 5. That would probably be like roughly my prediction. I don't think I'm going to be exact right with any of these, but it is going to be very, 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 very fun to see how these series are going to play out. I don't think Dallas is going to like just be like lay down and just be like, you know what, you guys can have this series. Just here you go. You just have it. You know, they're not going to go down without a fight. They didn't go down without a fight with Vegas, which I really didn't think that Dallas was going to do it eventually. I thought for sure Vegas was going to have that in the bag because they're a team and they still have a lot of the same guys that were there from the very beginning. And those guys just fought hard every single playoff year that they're in there. They proved that they want it and they won't go down without fighting. But the Stars, man, I give credit where credit's due. They came back and fought, and they fought harder. So, touche on that. But you're going up against the Avalanche. No chance you're getting past the second round. And if you do, you better hope that McKinnon goes down, McCarr goes down. Like, there's some players that you want them to go down before you can pray for a chance. But that doesn't mean I can't be proven wrong again. But statistically, looking at this team and the type of players that Colorado has, Stars are just, I don't think they're going to have it. They just don't got it. The reason why I say Rangers over the Hurricanes, I just don't think Anderson's got it. Great goalie. He's made some fantastic saves in the playoffs. I just don't think he's going to do it. Oops, my bad. I'm sorry about that. The only way that they might be able to make it past the Rangers is I really hope their defense comes up with an extra drive, an extra gear, and they can help out their goaltender. So, because I've noticed that a lot of them, even was it Pierre Maguire? No. Panger. Darren Pang. I think yeah, Panger. He was even saying that when the puck gets into his feet, he can't cover. He just can't hold on. And if the Rangers keep getting the puck into his feet and his defense can't help fish that puck out for him before the Rangers do, you're not getting to the next round. Sorry, Carolina Hurricanes fans. It may not be in the cards unless either A, Anderson can get his act together, or your defense comes up with an extra gear to help him out. The only way. Boston, Florida, those teams just, I think they can play very similar games. Both goaltenders are very good. Like, Bobrovsky has... Is Bobrovsky in Florida? Yeah, I believe so. He made a huge save with that glove. Spinning backwards and getting his arm on it. That's just absolutely fantastic. He's like, every goalie in these playoffs have made some fantastic looking saves. Saves they have no business making. They all have been doing fantastic. But like I said, I think Boston's just gonna just a little bit want it more, and I think they got the players and the goaltender to do it. I don't think Florida's quite there yet. They'll play strong, and they will deserve to go to the next round, but they're just not going to be able to do it because they're not going to want it. A lot of these series, in my opinion, it's going to come down to who wants it, not who deserves it. Who wants it? Who wants it more is what it's really going to come down to, right? That's the same thing with Edmonton, Vancouver. I think for Vancouver, for sure, that's going to help them out a lot is having either the Smith or Demko to come back. What else could help us out if Demko and the Smith don't come back? Petey's got to get going. Petey's got to get going, right? For Edmonton, I don't really think you guys got to do a whole lot. The Kings kind of gave you a little bit of a battle there, which I was a little surprised about. But then again, I don't know if, like, for some reason Edmonton was just struggling on some of those games. But you guys get Hyman keeps going the way that he's been going. It's going to be very difficult for the Canucks to to steal some games. If McDavid can continue being McDavid, definitely going to have issues with that. Like, you guys are definitely going to be doing pretty good. And same with Draisaitl. I think maybe tightening up on defense might be a little bit more of a change for the Canucks to deal with the Canucks. But overall, like I said, I think really a lot of these 4 series right now that we see here, a lot of it is going to have to be who's going to want it more. Not who deserves it more, who has more talent. It's just going to be who wants it more. The people who are going to be able to go that extra mile to get the play done that's going to win the series, that's the team that's going to win any one of these series right now. I think every single team here is talented. You got some talented guys like Dallas. That Wyatt Johnson kid, what is up with that? He's playing better than your captain, better than some of your better players that should be out there. You know, that's just crazy. You know, that kid keeps being hot like that. You guys lost by a goal in game 1 in OT, and I believe he had 1 or 2 goals. I believe he had 2 goals in that game. Just absolutely insane. I believe so. Maybe not. No, Jamie Benn's got 2 points in that last game. But you know, Wyatt Johnston, man. Even in that last series that they had, man, just he was on fire. So now that we won this game, this is the first game of the second season for Mav Crow. First game. This is the first win for the club this season. So let's see if we continue that in the second game in the video. Welcome back, everybody, to Rogers Arena with Vancouver Canucks against the Anaheim Ducks for game number 2 of the video. Let's get to it. Now, I just want to finish this up real quick because I want to talk more about Mav Crows' career and not just real life NHL. There's just a lot to catch up on. The last thing I'm going to say is Wyatt Johnston is almost just on fire, almost just like Zach Hyman of the Oilers. It's just the one person that I expected to, Hyman is a person I expected to get some goals and be there. Ooh.
On there, James. I think they waved this off immediately. This goal is not going to count.
Yeah, right there, interference. Nice. But yeah, I expect him to score some goals, but oh my goodness, man, he really came out with a lot more than I thought he was. But yeah, that's definitely going to be the last thing I say about that. So update on the whole thing of Mav Crow and the season and everything. We're here to make the playoffs again this year. We have a lot of the same guys on the team. A couple guys are getting called up. We apparently are the starting goaltender, but I think it's a 50-50 with Demko right now, because Demko's played almost the same amount of games that we have. Other than that, I think we're just basically kind of sailing on. Mav Crow just went up to an 80 overall, so that's good. We're trying to get his speed up a little bit, and I like to get his endurance and durability up eventually at some point or another. But the speed was one of the first ones, because if we need to skate to the bench, I want us to be able to get there a little quicker than with 75 speed. You know what I mean? As we're going here, we're just chilling, trying to keep the puck out of the net, as always. get as many wins as we possibly can and build off of the great rookie year that this goalie had, because he was never supposed to be on YouTube in the first place. But he's here, and we're going to rock and roll with him. As you guys seen in the trailer, he did get 11 shutouts. He had over 20 wins. He was able to make it in the top 5 of the NHL all-time list. I believe he did. Never actually looked to prove it, but we can. And it's only for rookies. So now we're just trying to basically, I guess, in a way, pad our stats as much as we possibly can to maybe break career records for the NHL. Maybe somewhere along the line for like season records and franchise records for Vancouver. Maybe we can get a couple more of those, because I believe we already have the rookies win and shutouts. So that was from last year, obviously. That was fantastic to get. I had that a long time before anything else. But yeah, we're gonna sit here and try to keep some pucks out of the net for our team in front of us to get some work. Fisher right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be another character that is going to be part of the channel. It's going to be a female. We obviously got, like, let's say the first female in the NHL playing, let's say, kind of thing, you know, revolutionary. But yeah, there's a couple more. You might see like a Johnson on the team, a Smurf. His name is King Smurf, just for the hell of it. He's obviously career 2. Last year, you guys might have seen, like, when we went against Detroit. Was it? No, that was Jake that had it, but it'll be the same thing here. You got Nasher, the YouTuber, Tactics, also a YouTuber, and I believe we have the Man of the Writ in here too as a goaltender. I just don't recall if I did or not. Next year's NHL game, I am going to try my best to get some more customized players in here. I'm more of thinking like more of like draft picks, you know what I mean? So then, you know, maybe we see a little bit more of a draft class than what the game offers. Mainly just to make things interesting and, you know, have a little bit of fun with the game. If you can't have fun with the game, then there's no point of you playing it. You know, it depends on what you consider fun, I guess, too. Because, you know, I'm sure there's speed runners for games and stuff that enjoy it. They have a good time, you know. I enjoy playing this game, regardless whether it's on difficulty of pro, semi-pro, rookie, veteran, all-star. You know, I don't care what I play on, as long as I'm having fun playing the game. You know, and back when I first started playing video games on my first Nintendo, my NES, you know, to me, I was playing Mario. I was just there to have some fun. You know, I got to World 6, Part 3, you know, and then I lost all my lives. Can I get to the next world? Can I get farther? Can I beat the game? You know, that's kind of what it was, but it was fun to me. Challenging myself, making sure I can actually get to farther in the game, you know. One of my favorite games that I played when I was younger was actually the first Nintendo game. Not Nintendo game. The first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Like almost like it seemed like almost like a world open map almost, but in a weird way. I loved playing that game. That game was so hard going through the water at the very beginning and having to disarm the electricity things. You know, that was hard. But the other thing that was hard and I can never understand how to do was the grappling hook. It confused me so much. It's like I want to get across, I know how to get across, I just don't know how to get to the grappling hook so I can walk across, right? But those are the things that like I was determined to learn what button that was. I was determined to be able to get through the water part with only one turtle, not multiple turtles. You know, like it was always there. As long as you're having fun doing whatever you're doing to the game, hell, you could be playing Ark and you could be using mods to make your game fun. If it's making the game fun for you, then it's okay. Who cares about what other people say? You know, I recorded the Ark mod showcase today. You know how many things I had to spawn in just to be able to do that video today? Like, there was so much stuff that I had to bring in. But, you know, I did it for the content, for your guys' sake, to learn another box real quick, and to explain the mod to you guys. If you watch it, and if you do, thank you. It means a lot, you know. All the views that I get on these videos that I create, I appreciate it. One thing about the channel too, man, that I'm happy bringing back was F1 Manager 23. I'm really excited to see the things that I learned, how it would work with a team like Haas and not a team like Ferrari, you know. We only had the one race. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow we might have race number 2. I'm not sure exactly. It depends on what I feel like really recording, to be honest. Monthly game. I should address that now. One of the free games that are available right now is FC24 from EA Sports. Basically your FIFA game. I guess the only thing I can really say about that is that's going to be a game that might have like a new like pro series kind of thing where I concentrate on just one player. I've thought about a franchise kind of mode or club mode or whatever they call it. I was thinking about that as well, since that is a monthly game, but I don't want to count that as the monthly game. I have a choice between 2, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I can do Tunic, where it looks like a little fox that runs around, looks like kind of like an old polygon kind of graphics, or I believe it was Ghost Runner 2. I was thinking Ghost Runner 2 to be honest, but, you know, I don't want to keep doing games that look interesting to me, you know. I don't want to be able to have the experience. But then again, you know, we could always try both and go from there. Last month's monthly game, I think I might be turning it into a quick little series. I might do like a whole bunch of massive recording to that, maybe tomorrow or something. It might be released like in a few weeks. It'll just give me time to like edit videos, and even though I really didn't edit the videos at all, to be honest with you. I just basically went in there, let it go. The only thing that I really edited into the video was the like and subscribe stuff. You know, I'll probably just kind of keep it the same. I'll just keep running through it because unless I have to like do a long distance of like running and that's all I'm doing is walking and not really doing anything interesting, I'd probably maybe like change it up a bit there. But yeah, I'm really leaning over toward Ghost Runner 2, but I don't want to steer away from the graphics that Tunic has, the game Tunic has, because The only reason why is because just that could be a diamond in the rough, man. You know, I could sit there and go, oh, I want to do Ghost Runner 2 because it seems like a really, really, really better game because the graphics look a lot more interesting. You know, it looks like a game I can get into, and Tunic is a game that doesn't look like I can get into. And it's mainly because the graphics and everything, it just doesn't seem like my kind of game. But started thinking about it, I'm like, maybe that's the kind of game that you need to be playing for a monthly game. You know? So you might get a little bit of both. I said in past videos, like a long time ago, months ago, I am planning on doing games where I want to start doing ones that, for games that like NHL, for example, they have, like this, for example, I have both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 version. I want to do a comparison between the two and make a video out of it. So, kind of like with like Arc, I want to do Evolve to Ascended and what the differences are, kind of thing, and basically maybe like a rundown of the game in general. I said it in the mod showcase. Actually, I didn't say it in the mod showcase. I said it in the video before the mod showcase. I'm still planning on doing a different system of stars because the editing stuff that I use on the system doesn't have stars. Like, nothing that looks good. So I'm looking at everything and trying to come up with something that, you know, we could be unique with, right? So we're going to go with that for right now. This game's winding down a little bit. Let's talk about comments and things like that. I'm not getting a lot of comments on any of the videos. I don't know if I'm just giving you guys enough information and you guys just don't have an opinion. But I'd really be interested to hear your guys' opinion on the comments. You know, even if you want to put in peanut butter in the comments right now, just to show me that you've been listening, you've watched this far into the video. It would be like really good. Put your predictions in for the second round of the NHL playoffs. You know, put in a comment on what you would like to see for content, whether it's NHL content. You know, do we want to try being on a team like the Vancouver Canucks, win a cup, and then, you know, after we win a cup, do we switch teams? Do we stay with the same team and try to win multiple cups? And, you know, kind of an idea that just popped in my head right now. How about we win a cup and then we don't switch teams until we lose and we don't have a cup anymore? And as we go, we'll raise the difficulty up. We'll change the slider so it's even tougher and things like that, you know. Maybe we can do something like that. So right now I'm going to really concentrate here for a minute because there's 30 seconds left and they're only down by a goal and they're pulling their goaltender. So let's see what Anaheim can do here in the last 30 seconds. So just remember, like, subscribe if you like the video, subscribe if you're new. Comment down below who you guys think are gonna win the playoffs. The second round of the playoffs this year. You know, yeah. You know, let me know what your guys' stats are right now. Another idea that I was thinking about for content. I don't know if anybody who watches these videos would be interested. I was actually thinking about making like a custom league where I have people who manage the teams. Like, you do the draft picks, you edit the lines, you do trades. The only thing you don't do is you don't play them. Because what I would do is I would sim basically all the games. And then, you know, maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, maybe we'll put like a full game, either as a video, or maybe I'll go live on Twitch with it. And then for the video portion, for the games that are like throughout the week and everything, maybe I'll make a video like a news broadcast kind of thing. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, again, hit the like button if you're new to the channel. Consider hitting that subscribe button. It would be absolutely appreciated. It helps, everything there helps the algorithm. Until then, take care. See you next time.